right, guys, it's time for the Shoot Your Shot Scorecast, week number 14, and we are brought to you by a brand new sponsor, PointsBet.
What?
Yes, PointsBet. Are you guys pumped?
I'm so pumped about that.
Oh,
PointsBet, welcome aboard. I'm excited because I was 6-0 last week. So if you want me, if you want to know who to listen to in this, out of the three of us, it's me, guys. Okay.
To quote the great Ricky Bobby, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
If you're not first, you're last. So, PointsBet is America's fastest growing online bookmaker. So, this is a full traditional sports book, also that offers customers more markets and more rewards than anyone else. So, before we started off, what's PointsBet? Well, what's his name again? Darius from Daredevil. No, that's
Darrell
what's his name?
Reeves.
Darrell Reeves. Yeah.
You said Darius?
Yeah, that's Darius. He's gonna kill me for doing that, and he was gonna tell you about PointsBet.
There goes the sponsorship.
Yeah.
The New York Jets select Darrell Reeves.
Reeves is there and picked it up. Darrell Reeves all the way home.
New York. You know it as a city that never sleeps, but I like to think of it as a city that never stops. If you ever experienced it, you know that the pace, the activity, and the electricity is all next level. You want electricity? Let me tell you a little bit about points betting. A high-octane, high-thrills-form of wagering when your bet isn't settled until the clock hits triple zeros. Here's how it works. Say you make a $10 wager on a team that's favored by 3 points. In a traditional bet on the spread, that team has to win by at least 4 or more for your bet to cash. Even if the game turns into a blowout, your winnings remain the same. With points betting, those extra scores turns into extra cash, as each additional point of difference from the spread becomes a multiplier for your winnings, creating the potential for big payouts depending on how well your team performs. Of course, it's important to be aware that the opposite is also true, as a losing bet will result in multiplied losses. Make no mistake about it, points betting is a wild ride. But don't worry, if you decide it's a bit too wild, you can set customized stop losses that will ensure your bet immediately ends once the score margin reaches a certain threshold. In other words, you can make sure you're only ever risking as much as you're comfortable with. And if betting on spreads isn't your thing, you can choose from hundreds of other markets to bet on, from player markets to team markets to time markets. Pretty much anything you want. The best thing about points betting is every second counts. From the opening kickoff to the final whistle, you're in it to win it with a vested interest in each and every play. I never took any plays off. Why should you?
All right. Thank you
That was
so
great.
much, Darrell.
Thanks, Darius.
Yeah,
Thanks, Darius. Love
that's
you.
your nickname. Some people go by Darius, if you
Mm.
prefer that.
Of course. Yeah.
Just
So I to point out too, it's hilarious. I love that in the example he used, the Jets beat the Cowboys 38-20. I was like, that could
Yeah.
actually happen this year.
He's so smart. He could read the future.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway,
Wow.
obviously this is the college picks, but just thought it was funny.
Yeah. So
Well,
at the moment, it's only available in Illinois, New Jersey, and Iowa. And as soon as it rolls out to your state, we will let you know so you can bet with us, the Shoot Your Shot Scorecast. So to sign
or
up,
province.
no problem. Yeah,
Or
true. That
territory.
works. Yeah, or territory or region. So
Pacific Islands.
we're going international, baby.
That's right.
Could you tell by the shades? Yeah. Anyways,
Mr. Worldwide. Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide right here. All right.
Mr. Worldwide.
So to sign up, go to the PointsBet app on the iOS App Store or Google Play Store today. Go to pointsbet.com, and enter promo code Frustrate. That's FRUSTRATE. I think I spelled that right. And PointsBet will match you up to $250 on your first deposit. So check this out. It's a tiered deposit bonus. So if you deposit 50, they give you 150 to bet with. So if you
Nice.
deposit 150, they give you 300 to bet with. And if you deposit 250, they give you 500 smackaroos. So go check it out and make sure you gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-GAMBLER for help. All right, I'll kick it over to you, man in Michigan hat, to recap last week.
Well, last week was a good week, obviously. All of our
Darn
let me
right.
see. Yeah, especially for Furious George.
Bow down now while you can.
What'll happen later where I can't.
I don't know.
It was a threat. So yeah, looking at our picks, obviously everything went right for you. Richie just missed one. He missed the over on Indiana. We both took Indiana. My worst picks were I took the under in Syracuse Notre Dame, which I still don't feel bad about. Like I felt pretty good that was going to stay low. Syracuse just scored more points than I would have expected them to, and then Notre Dame had to score more because of that. But
Yeah,
I mean, they won easily, but it was just a little higher scoring than I thought.
Richie missing Indiana, the over in Indiana, missed by a lot because
Yeah,
over under was 45, and the final score was 14-6, right? So
20
24.
didn't even get halfway there.
Hey, it was a low score. I just figured they might I like 40s. It's a good thing to go over. I don't know.
Yeah, those usually are, especially for college games. But yeah, that was just a tough one. And then I took LSU for some reason. I 30-point spread in a rivalry game with the defending champion getting 30 points. Like no matter how bad LSU is, that just still seemed like it. I don't know. I still don't feel bad about that pick, but obviously it was wrong. So
well, just so you know, you've picked against Alabama in these rivalry games like a few times in a row, and this week is another SEC rivalry game. Alabama and Arkansas.
It's like that goofy meme. I'll bleep and do it again.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to. We all did well on Clemson, and we all got Texas A&M. Those were the two that we all
Richie
got
and
right.
I locked Texas A&M, which was
yeah. My lock was Indiana.
So we all got our locks. Yeah, good week all around, boys.
Yep. And you shamed me for picking Syracuse to cover against Notre Dame, but I was very glad that I did because Syracuse did indeed cover. So
yep, yeah, no shaming this week. I'm in no position to shame you or Richie. I know my role.
plebeian.
Like you said, I'll bow before you while you still have the chance.
All right. Well, King George is going to start us off on our very first game this week, which is number 1 Alabama at Arkansas. Alabama is a big road favorite by 32. The over-under is 68. By the way, I forgot to tell you all and remind you that the reason that you need to be making sure you listen to us and pump your money into PointsBet is because we #won't be wrong. So you can take what we're about to say to the bank, guaranteed, except probably not actually guaranteed.
Just money back guarantee.
There's no guarantees in life, but we do guarantee that we're never wrong. So
that's right. All complaints and losing bets to @FuriousGeorge94 on Twitter.
That's right. Yeah, I'll handle it. We we won't be wrong, except for the times that we are, but most of the times we're not.
Yep. And the times when we were wrong, we really weren't wrong because I don't know.
Because the hashtag says so.
Yeah, I kind of started a sentence and thought I would figure it out along the way, and I couldn't come up with anything.
Like most people from Alabama and Arkansas.
There you go. There's the tie-in.
Sorry to all our Alabama and Arkansas listeners. Roll Tide. So we got number 1 Alabama at Arkansas. I'm going Alabama in this game. I am not going it's funny because I made fun of you just a minute ago, man in the Michigan hat, for the past few weeks you've gone against Alabama when they have a big point spread, and every week you've done that. I've just gone with Alabama, and I'm going to continue to ride the Alabama elephant tusk. And
Or the Tide. You
Yeah,
gonna
the
ride the
Tide.
Tide?
was it an elephant?
Ride the wave makes like actual sense.
Wait, but don't they have an elephant for one of their
No,
logos?
they do, but they're also the Tide. So I like ride the wave. I was like, oh, that's gonna be
Yeah.
a good pun for Alabama Tide. And then you
Yeah.
just went,
An elephant.
they do have an elephant for some reason.
Yeah. Well, riding an elephant tusk is a little bit more provocative. So that's why I'm going with that one. And that's what people like to do in Alabama anyway.
Yeah.
So for fun, that's what they do on their weekends, other than watching Alabama.
Yep.
Nice.
Man in the Michigan hat, what do you have?
Like you said, I've been burned picking against Alabama so many times. So this is kind of an indirect way to pick against them. I'm not going to pick against the spread. I'm going to go the under in this game. It's kind of strange. So Bama's favored by 32, but the over-under is all the way up at 68. So, I mean, does that mean that bettors think that Arkansas is going to score a bunch of points, or why are Bama only favored by 32 of those 68? You know what I mean? Like,
I guess.
so I'm going to go under. I think the over-under basically is what I'm saying is too high based on the point spread. Like, I feel like that would be an over-under. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but it's kind of the way I'm trying to justify this.
So
60, I just don't think Arkansas will score very many points.
Like, how many points do you think they'd score?
Like 10.
Okay.
I think they get a late touchdown, garbage time score. I think they score 10. Bama scores 40. And then this is like low 50s or maybe mid 50s. But I think, I think that number is like 10 points too high.
Interesting. The over-under number too high?
The over-under, yeah.
Interesting. I just love that you still can't pick Alabama.
Yeah, you can.
It's like you're an Auburn fan or something.
It's just like, I don't know. And this number is not even huge, 32 points. Like we've seen way bigger numbers, but I don't know. I still have a little bit of respect for Arkansas and for Pittman, their coach there. Yeah.
Did you just say Arkansas?
Arkansas.
Okay.
Arkansas.
All right. Richie.
Speaking of all that, I'm just skipping, so I'm being a coward. I don't like big numbers; they scare me. But I have a good record, so if I didn't skip it, I'd probably be in the hole. So
I thought you were going to say if I did pick it, I would have been right. But
I don't know what I would pick, honestly. Like, it's a hard game to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, yeah, I know Alabama's gonna win it outright, but I don't know how many Arkansas could win. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
Interesting.
Did you just say Arkansas could win?
No. I don't know how many. I don't know how many points Arkansas can like push through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, there's no way
Arkansas could
Alabama lets Arkansas win, and they get knocked out of the CFB.
Be amazing if it happened.
Would it be the second straight
That would
year?
be insane.
Anyway.
Oh, wow.
All right, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Number 17, North Carolina at number 10, Miami. Miami favored by 3. The over-under is another 68. So this is a ACC matchup, which is kind of funny because Notre Dame and Clemson, your two top ACC teams, aren't even playing this week because they're done until the ACC championship game.
Wait, by the way, we never went to our rap about our rules. I just remember.
Oh, you're right.
Go ahead and jump to it.
Well, we can do it. Should we do it now, or should we just not do it?
Just do it. You got to do it before we pick the next game. Quick.
All right, cool.
Quick, Jim. What's the rules?
All right, we'll kick it off to Jim real quick. He just joined the chat.
All right, gents. Let's make this a fair competition. That means no ear biting, dreadlock pulling, clothes stripping, testicle kicking, or head shaving. Each game that you're about to pick and debate will include lines against the spread and over/under totals from.
Points bet.
You must pick each game. You can select who you believe will cover the spread or the over/under totals for each contest. Each pick you get correct, that'll be worth 1 win. Each pick you choose incorrect, that's a loss. You must each use 1 skip, which is worth 0 or 0 wins, 0 losses, just 0, goose egg. And 1 lock, which is worth 2 wins, 2 losses. At the end of every week, the wins and losses will be added to the previous total. At the conclusion of the season, the winner will be honored recipient of the Chris Collinsworth Now Here's a Guy award. Now here comes my favorite part, and you at home, come on, say it with me. Let's get ready to gamble.
And your pick is
My pick is North Carolina. Miami is interesting. Miami is obviously higher ranked here. And I honestly, Miami I haven't followed as closely as North Carolina this year. But Miami has been, I don't know, they've been, from what I do know, they've been a little more up and down, and they've been kind of, I don't remember what it was, but a few weeks ago there was a game. It was Miami. I don't remember who they were playing, but they were like ranked like 6th overall at that point, and they were the underdog. And I don't remember exactly why that was, but it's Miami only by 3 in college football. Because it's by 3, I feel like it's kind of a pick 'em in a way, because college football usually has a lot of scoring, and Sam Howell knows how to put up points for North Carolina. I like what North Carolina has done this year. So you might maybe call it a bold pick, but I'm going to go with the underdog and ride Michael Jordan's Tar Heels.
not Mitchell Trubisky's.
Mitchell Trubisky's Tar Heels as well. Good call. It's hashtag it's Bisky season.
0 for 2 with these puns, dude. You're 0 for 2 right now.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Michael Jordan went to Notre Dame.
Totally different sport.
Who cares?
I'm surprised you didn't go Miami based on how you're dressed, honestly. A very Miami look.
Richie's Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, and I've got the Miami Cuban links, so we're all kind of Miami.
I have a question for you. In the NFL, who would be Mr. Worldwide?
Someone who's been traded a lot, probably.
No, the answer is Michael Vick because of Pitbull.
It's funny.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I know.
Now I'm 1 for 3 on puns.
Those are worth bonus points on our.
Those are good
pick.
ones.
Yeah. Prop puns.
All right, Richie, let's hear from you.
All right, cool. So the Tar Heels, they're 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings. I like Sam Howell. I don't like Mitch Trubisky, but I'm going UNC -3. That rhymed, I think. UNC, Mitch Trubisky -3.
Mitch Trubisky, UNC
-3.
I am going to be going with the under again. This is, root for bad football for me this week.
You should wear a cape. The underdog.
The underdog.
Michigan had is like, man, Michigan season's been canceled. I'm just going under on everything. Screw all football games.
I hope everyone has to deal with this misery that I have to deal with. Another point or another total of 68 just seems high. It's 2 ranked teams. I mean, I don't know either team super well. So more so I'm just playing based on the number. Too many things can go wrong. You have to settle for a field goal a couple times. You have a long drive ended with a turnover. Like, there's just too many things that can happen when this point spread's almost at 70. So
nice. Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna go under for Alabama, Arkansas, it's probably wise to go under for the same over-under total for UNC Miami. Yeah, it makes sense.
But if that's not enough, I am locking this pick too.
Oh,
Locking the
wow.
under. And so now's the time to mention for our first lock of today's slate that our locks are brought to you by the Shoot Your Shot Sports merch store. Go to shop at shootyourshotsports.com right now. Check out our latest gear, new hats, shirts, sweaters, and mugs dropping often. Right now, there's a lot of Christmas stuff you can get.
I don't know about a lot, but
Right now, there's at least one Christmas thing you can get. So go there
Two.
to lock.
But you can get a lot of things for Christmas
You can get a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, true.
And gift cards.
Yep.
or Hanukkah. There's 8 days of Hanukkah.
Kwanzaa.
You
Yeah.
got to get at least one thing for each day.
That's true. That's the rules.
And there's
We don't
12
make the
days of
rules.
Christmas.
Yeah.
So if you're a Messianic Jew, you have 20 days that you have to buy stuff for.
Yeah, we're
you got me
big with
covered.
the Messianic Jews right now. Yeah, that's definitely our demographic. So yeah. So go there to lock down the gear of your favorite shows right now. Yeah, so that's my lock.
And we forgot to mention for Richie's skip that our skips are brought to you by Fanatics, and you can go buy gear. When you're not buying Shoot Your Shot Sports gear, you're probably buying gear through Fanatics, and you need to do that through our link at shootyourshotsports.com/fanatics. Use that link to buy your gear that way. You get a little discount and we get a little cheddar as well. And this is the time of year about giving, paying it forward. And this way we pay it forward by you guys getting a little discount, and you pay it forward by helping us get a little bit of the proceeds to keep the lights on in our garage office. So, all right, Wisconsin at number 16, Iowa. Wisconsin is favored by 1. The over-under is 41.5. Man, the Michigan hat, I don't think you've started yet. So what do you have to say for yourself?
Jeez. What do you have to say for yourself? We talked actually, this was before we were on air, I'm pretty sure, about Iowa being ranked 16, how that kind of feels a little inflated. Probably just there's not a lot of other great teams right now. It's been a weird year as far as rankings. So number 16, Iowa, whether they're really in the top 16 or 25 or not, I do think they're better than Wisconsin. They're home. They get a point. So I'll take Iowa to cover. I think they win this game.
I am right there with you. This is funny because you mentioned our pre-show discussion. I was also kind of like, Iowa's ranked 16th? What?
Yep.
Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to pick Iowa, because in fact I'm locking Iowa this week. And the reason this is my lock is because Wisconsin
Sucks.
For a team that had so much high hopes, and they just obliterated Illinois in week 1, and everyone was like, oh my word, Mertz is going to be an amazing quarterback and all this stuff. Since then, Wisconsin has done nothing to show you that they are really a good team. And Iowa did have, I guess you could call it a signature win over Minnesota. They blew out Michigan State. Like, they had some big wins. So I am going to lock Iowa, especially because I only need them to win by 2.
Yep. So, like it. Richie.
Awesome. So speaking of high hopes, I'm going over 41.5. Bold prediction, but I bet the numbers, not the team. So I'm just going over. It just seems like a small number. I've seen Iowa win like 49-7 in these other games and stuff. So I think both teams can get over. Like 42 seems reasonable, especially for a college game. So we're going over 41.5.
I like that. Bet the number. That's a good.
High hopes for a living.
Shooting for the stars. All right, cool.
Panic, if you want to come on the show, you can feel free.
We're dressed kind of like a disco right now.
If we were a boy band, we'd be killing it right now.
That's right.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. Our next matchup is number 22 Oklahoma State at Baylor. Oklahoma State by 5.5. The over/under is 49. It's my turn to start, and basically for no reason whatsoever, other than the fact that they're the favorite, I'm going with Oklahoma State. These are two teams I don't know much about. Oklahoma State did let me down that week when it was Oklahoma State OU. I picked Oklahoma State and they lost by a lot. But I'm going to take Oklahoma State this time, especially since Baylor's unranked. So don't let me down. Don't let me down. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Nice. Richie.
Interesting. I'm gonna lock this pick. I'm taking Oklahoma State.
Nice.
Don't know much about this, but
I don't know much about it, therefore I'm
Might
locking
lock.
it.
I like that. I respect
we're
it.
going with gut feeling right here. Gut feeling.
Hey, we can't question it at this point based on the standings. So
Yeah.
you do you.
That's right. That's right. And hey, based on our NFL picks this week, you might as well just do a random lock on college football.
I've only lost 5 times in college, so
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, maybe it's a little hubris from Reggie. We'll have to see this week.
Can't argue with it, but yeah, we'll see. Because this could be 2 losses if you're wrong on your lock.
Right.
We will see. But I'm gonna go Oklahoma State too. Yeah,
we're all
just-
gonna lose this one. Fuck you guys.
I'm doing that just to jinx your lock. I don't know much about either team, so I thought about skipping it, but I wanted to save my skip for our last game, which I guess is a preview. But yeah, I'm going Oklahoma State kind of blindly. But
All right. Well, our last game then, Minnesota at Nebraska. Man, Michigan Hat, what's your pick?
this one, this is
Here comes a
my
surprise.
skip. Well, you haven't used your skip yet either, so
Yeah, it's my skip too. So there you
yeah,
go.
we're both skipping this game.
Too bad, teams.
Man, it's a big
Um,
number too, 10.5.
Yeah.
Minnesota's more talented, but at this point, neither team is playing for anything. Both teams have had really disappointing seasons, and there's just a lot of questions as far as like what's the attitude of these locker rooms like at this point.
If I had to pick, I'd probably be betting the under in this game.
And
that is a
that's
big
what
one.
I'm betting. So
There you go.
Oh, boom.
Boom. What a sick segue. So I'm betting the under 59. The under is 4-0, and the Golden Gophers last 4 games in December. So that's the stat I'm going with,
Nice.
and it's going under. So boom.
Like it.
I
right.
so wish it would have that you would have been under the 69.
Oh, I know. I read that wrong. I thought it said 69. But
Yeah. The only thing better is being on the over of the 69, but yeah. Yeah, for sure. So
Awesome. Well, that is our college picks for this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out now. So all you little boys and girls should listen up.
or grown men
What's
and
that?
ladies. Or grown men and ladies.
No,
I think
boys,
it's mostly little kids.
Yeah.
mostly children. That's why we have gambling.
why
as a
we're
sponsor.
That's why we're dressed like cartoon characters.
You're right. Yeah, Shane, you look like somebody like from a Grand Theft Auto game. Like
I feel like someone from a Grand
Look,
Theft
Mr.
Auto.
T.
this concludes the Shoot Your Shot Scorecast for this week for college football. Remember to subscribe so you never miss another pick. Follow us on Twitter. That's at SYSS Scorecast. Individually, it's at Richie Chicago, at Furious George 94, and at Michigan Hat for all our dumb commentary on the games we're all watching. There's always some fun banter going on throughout the day of games as well. And definitely, like I said, follow the Scorecast Twitter. Again, that's at SYSS Scorecast, because we try to update the table as the games go, and we post it on social media so you can follow along. And it's kind of fun to see those go up, so you can follow that there. With all the uncertainty in the world, the one thing that is certain is our predictions. And yeah, especially in college football, because we all have some pretty good records for that. So thank you for tuning in. See you next week for more correct only picks.